Hi everybody, welcome back to Joe Is. I'm Joe, and this is War on the Sea. In last episode we left off, we actually managed to skip bomb and destroy a Japanese battleship. I'm hoping to continue on our successes as we continue with these little destroyers here, bringing on additional Marines onto the Florida island, hopefully turning the balance of power in our favor. We've gotten our additional 110 command points that we get for our weekly bonus, so we'll add that to the stockpile and we can actually recruit more ships. Also, our destroyers have managed to make it to the Florida Island, so we'll go ahead and unload the cargo there. And let's see where we're at on the Florida Island. Looks like we are almost halfway, so another trip and we will have had over half, and we'll need to do additional, probably 2 or 3 more trips after that to make sure that we get it. And then we'll have to keep the Japanese off of Florida Island so they don't get reinforcements and negate any advancements we did make. We do have a stockpile of men and soldiers on the naval island in case we need to bring them over. We will, but I'll go ahead and save those for a later time. I think I'm going to go ahead and look at the ships so we can recruit. I don't know if I'm going to do anything yet, but I'll bring you back if I do. USS Trout has found a surface fleet, September 11th, 1942. So we'll go ahead and send a flight of, I think, Avengers out. We'll send some torpedo bombers out their way to investigate. But we'll go ahead and engage with USS Trout as well, to kind of slow them down a little bit before the planes get there. Maybe we can do a 1-2 combo on the surface fleet. But I will bring you back when we are in action. Alright, USS Trout's loaded up. Looks like it's a small surface fleet. It's not a convoy fleet. This fleet means to engage our surface fleet. Probably our destroyers that were in the area. They're getting a little pissed off at us for having their troops on their island. We have to watch out. They may have troops on board their ships as well, so we really need to send them back to Japan. Let's go ahead and slow down. We are in really good condition. We can just wait for them to get a little closer. We'll go ahead and set up our torpedo instructions, and we'll go ahead and identify this lead ship here. 3 forward guns, 2 aft. Let's go ahead and select over the Japanese. It is a heavy cruiser. It's not a Furitaka. I want to say it's a Megami class, because it's definitely not an Oa. It's not a Mikio. And it's not a Taco. It's got to be a Megami. It is. Another heavy cruiser, 1,300 tons. We'll go ahead and get a target solution. We have now a solution of 40 and climbing. We'll go ahead and do, I think we'll go 2-degree spread and max out the torpedoes. That's 78 solution, 80, 90, 99. Can't get much better than that. Actually, we'll go ahead and fire then. We'll go ahead and fire our aft ones as well. Probably won't hit anything with them. Probably should have fired first with our aft torpedoes, but it is what it is. Let's get the USS Trout out of this area so that we don't suffer any losses. Go ahead and hit the dive. We'll get her to go beneath the waves. We'll hit retreat, ordered up, and we will see if these torpedoes make any headway. These torpedoes are coming in range. You can see them coming on the right side of the ship. They are very tight spread. And not looking good. We probably should have waited a little bit longer. Looks like we're going to swing and miss completely, because those are going to go in between the ships and there's nothing in that back left area to absorb them. So hopefully our aft torpedoes will actually do something, because damn sure ain't going to be the front torpedoes. Oh, we got a hit on the light cruiser. That must have been one of our aft torpedoes. I don't see anymore. I don't know where they came from. That's weird. I'll take it. This little light cruiser's taking a torpedo hit, and it looks like to be her engine compartment, so she's going to be slowed down. Hopefully this will be enough damage for the fleet to burn off and decide that, no, we're not going to do any landfalls here. So we'll go ahead and fast forward time and see what happens. Well, as you can see, she managed to put her fires out. I didn't think it was going to be enough to bring her down, and I was correct. Not today, at least. We'll go ahead and see if we can get the planes in area and attempt to bring her down with those instead. Well, I sent out 2 flights, and neither one of them showed anything on radar. But USS Grumpas, however, has managed to make contact with the surface fleet again. So we'll go ahead and get in combat and see what we have here. Same fleet from the looks of it. We'll go ahead and get in attack position, and I'll bring you back when it's time. It looks like we are not in good position whatsoever to make this attack run, so go ahead and get Grumpas turned around and facing the threat rather than just sitting here. We'll go ahead and select the first target. It should be the heavy cruiser. We'll go ahead and get a full spread again. We're going to go a little bit wider spread because I didn't like how when you do low degrees like that, those torpedoes are so tight. If your solution's off, they're all going to miss. But if you spread them out, you're at least guaranteed you're going to get 1 or 2 hits. I mean, it'd be great to get all of them, but I don't know, I've had really negative attempts with that. Fortunately, the fleet is maneuvering around, which makes me think the fleet is not going to stay where they're supposed to be, which is going to make our firing solution horrible. Let's just go ahead and fire. Now that we got our sideways angle on her, it'll help us out a little bit here. We've got a full spread. We'll go ahead and burn off north. Like that, if I can hit the right button. There we go. And we will get out of dodge. Go ahead and hit the retreat order, sound it up. And we will go ahead and get us diving. Oh. I made a boo-boo. I just blew the E-ballast. Instead of hitting dive, my mouse, which sucks butt, it just hit the E-blow. So this is going to be our first loss. Because now none of those torpedoes are going to miss because they're all going to start to evade. And there's no way this little sub's going to outrun this fleet. So they're going to go ahead and turn her in. Kamikaze here, Japanese style. Sucks. We've lost a ship like this, but maybe we can get lucky and do something. I don't know. Those first rounds were already really on target. We're going to go on max speed, and I can't dive anymore because once you pop that cherry on the E-blow, there is no coming back. We've already taken some rounds. We've already got flooding. Go ahead and fast forward time here, taking some more hits. Yep, that's what I thought. First loss in World War II for our little campaign here is going to be the USS Grumpas. May your sailors find peace and solution in the Iron Bottom Sound. And that's going to do it for our little Grumpas here. Unfortunately, she is now at the bottom. Oh, but she did manage to tickle the enemy at least. She got some sort of vengeance for it. Not enough to bring anything down, but it's something. And much like the real Grumpas, she did sink. The actual USS Grumpas was sunk in the Pacific. And unfortunately, her fictional counterpart in this video game suffered the same fate. So that'll be our first losses. It sucks, especially since it was my boo-boo that caused it to sink. She will be missed, and we will see if we can get some vengeance for her. We're going to go ahead and send the USS Gar up there, and maybe we can Oh, looks like they are retreating. It's actually going to be the Thresher to maybe draw some blood on her. Where are they? There they are. Let's go ahead and get Periscope up. Not hit the E-dive. E-blow, excuse me. Huh. We are in front of them now. So we are in decent position. So as long as they don't go anywhere or maneuver, but they are damaged, so I'm expecting them to kind of move off from their original positions. Let's go ahead and get our torpedo spread ordered up. And then we will get our periscope up, get a good view on them, and target that first battle cruiser. Battle cruiser. That first cruiser. There they are. And we're actually targeting the light cruiser, which, it'll be alright. We'll go ahead and do that. If we miss something, maybe we'll hit something behind. But no, they are buggering off to the north. I think they see us. That or they're having some pathfinding issues. Those destroyers are heading right for us. You see that? We gotta go. They see us. Go ahead and fire the first. And we'll fire the second. And let's not hit the E-blow after we hit the retreat order sounded up. Scope down, dive. And let's get her in deeper water. Let's get that better. Let's go ahead and get them immediately sounded up. Yeah, no, those destroyers, you can tell they saw us. They were aiming right at us. And they're maneuvering out, so odds are very high that these torpedoes will be for nothing, and we will not get vengeance for little USS Grumpas. You're aggravating. It's been some time now, and unfortunately, these torpedoes should have made their mark by now if they were going to hit anything. So we're going to go ahead and leave. Unfortunately, no vengeance for USS Grumpas this mission, but maybe we can get some tomorrow, and some planes are able to launch off of the Florida Island, or not Florida Island. The planes will be able to launch off the Rennell Island, as well as the carrier group that we have in the area. We'll send some additional supplies their way as well. But I'll bring you back when there's something to see. And USS Wasp has managed to make it back to Rennell Island, dropping off supplies. We'll send her back to New Hebrides to continue the resupply missions. And I'll bring you back when there's something else to see. We managed to upgrade Rennell Island to level 4, which will allow us to rearm our ships coming back instead of having to send them all the way back to New Hebrides. We can do it here now. We can also, I believe, release them, if I'm not mistaken. This will be my first time I've ever actually gotten a level 4 port. I think level 5, you can buy ships, but not the way this campaign is set up. It is now September 12th, 1942. Our planes are now up and able to move around, and we have not seen anything yet. That group, I believe, has moved off and is no longer a threat. So, Task Force 14 has managed to make it back to New Hebrides. We'll go ahead and get some more Marines and supplies on board and have them going back to the Florida Islands. It should top them off. This next reinforcement group should put us over the halfway mark in having manpower, which means we should be winning the war on Florida Island finally. September 13th, 1942, our Surface Fleet 14 has managed to make it back to the Florida Islands to drop off their supplies. Nothing happened in between that time frame, so it's kind of boring. But we'll go ahead and unload the cargo here. Let's see where we are at on the Florida Islands. And we are over halfway. So another 2, maybe 3 more trips, and we will have guaranteed a successful campaign on the Florida Islands as long as we hold and maintain and keep the Japanese reinforcements from dropping off cargo. We will have won this battle, this fight. The war still rages. Our Task Force 15 has made it back to New Hebrides, and we're going to top them back off full of supplies and have them return back to Rennell Island. So I'll bring you back when there's something else to see. In the early hours of September 14th, 1942, our surface craft, Wildcats, coming out of New Guinea, have discovered a battle group. It's probably another invasion group. We're going to go have to send the USS Enterprise north to get ready to engage this group. We'll go ahead and tell that Wildcat to ignore. For the time being, we will go ahead and select the Enterprise and get a flight of, I want to say, dive bombers launched up and set in her direction, and I'll return when they are in position to fight. Alright, the USS Enterprise's flights of Dauntless dive bombers as well as the torpedo bombers are in the area, although they are armed with 2,000-pound armor-piercing bombs rather than torpedoes, because we only have 6 of them left and I want to save them. And unfortunately, this is a combination group. They have heavy battleships as well as cargo ships. So this is an invasion group, and it kind of gives us a problem. I could go for all the convoy ships and defeat their invasion forces, which means they cannot invade the southern tip of New Guinea. But the same token is those battleships right there can bombard and destroy our air power in the area, thus negating any scouting or any firepower we may be able to put out from the New Guinea. So it kind of puts me in a conundrum. What do I do? I'm going to go ahead and get a game plan set up here, and I will bring you back when I figured it out. Game plan. The dive bombers are going to go for the convoy ships, and the torpedo bombers, which are armed with the high armor-piercing bombs, are going to go for the battleship. My thinking is maybe we can cause enough damage that we can turn this fleet around completely, because I don't see us stopping one or the other. And that flak is intense. We've already lost one. It's not good. First set's going in. I've got 2 dive bombers per convoy group. And like I said, the entire 6 of our torpedo bombers are going to hit that first battleship. I'm hoping we cause enough damage to have them retreat, but I don't know. We're not getting good damage here. No. Yeah, there we go. So we hit the backside of the convoy group pretty good. Did have some duds, unfortunately. One of their convoy ships is ablaze. And now they're turning. Our torpedo bombers should be dropping their bombs any second. There they are. Got some hits. We got a fire going. That's good. Couple more, yes. Good hits. And we got some good fires going on that battleship. I don't think it's going to be enough to bring her down, but we never know. And we lost a couple Dauntlesses and 3 of our Avengers. That's going to put the Enterprise hurting for... there's another airplane going down. Most of the fighter group left on Enterprise is running pretty low, so we're gonna have to send her back before too long to get repaired up and get some more of her flight crew back up to 100%, because she's going to become combat ineffective pretty quickly. But in the meantime, we'll go ahead and watch this battleship burn, and I will cut back when there's something to report. Well, the battleship has managed to put out her fires. We do have 1 convoy ship that's still ablaze. So, unfortunately, we're not going to get any vengeance for the Grumpas on the battleship. But maybe we can still get a convoy. Well, crap. It looks like this little merchant ship is going to make it her way. Hopefully, we've done enough damage to have them retreat. I don't think so. We still have 1 more fighter group out there, or fighter bomber group out there that can drop off their payload, and maybe we can get some sinking going on. But Grumpas will not get avenged today. And that's probably going to do it for this episode. Ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for watching. God bless, peace, love, tacos, and I'll see y'all in the next episode. Thanks, guys. Bye.